Cousins who got married get destroyed by Dr. Phil. Hello YouTube, welcome back to Viral Now. Get comfortable, grab some popcorn, as today, we will shock you with this unbelievable story. Make sure you watch till the end to get this bizarre real-life story of what could possibly be the world's weirdest couple. Now, let's get into what's so strange about them. But before we do, tap the subscribe button. You just might get so carried away that you'll forget to. Let's begin, shall we? I bet you are just as shocked as I was when I first saw this, and that's not even a third of the story. There's more. Yuck! This is so disturbing to even watch. Where were their parents when they were kissing each other as kids? Did you guys kiss your cousins growing up? Is there something I'm missing? And speaking about parents, so Michael's mother and Angie's father are brother and sister. It pains me so much to even talk about this. I can't help but squirm every time I see the two of them kiss. I wonder what their family thinks about their engagement. Well, I don't know about you guys, but if it was me, I'd be kicked out and completely disowned. Like, no visits, no calls, nothing at all. I would be erased off the family tree. Their family hasn't taken it lightly, as expected. One of them in particular, who happens to be their other first cousin, is livid about the whole situation.
First cousin Kathy stands by her position that their relationship is disgusting, immoral, and embarrassing to the whole family.
I mean, who wouldn't be if two of their first cousins ran away and got married? But the beloved couple doesn't care about what she thinks. At least she confirms what their family thinks about all this. It would have been really weird if they were okay with it.
Angie and Michael's relationship is gross. Their relationship is very embarrassing to me and some of the family.
She goes on and shares how sickening she feels just to think about her cousin's relationship, and we don't blame her, she has every right to. But Angie and Michael believe she's jealous and she's missing out on the fun. Like seriously, somebody slap them back to reality. Angie thinks she's just mad because Michael picked her instead.
I think Kathy might be jealous because she likes Michael. Kathy has had a string of failed relationships.
In addition to being dumb, it's clear to see that they were both quite delusional. In another segment where the cousin is alone, she confirms what Dr. Phil had been accusing the couple of from the word go. She says Angie and Michael were always so open about their relationship and sort of push it out to the world to get attention. So that way, they become what everyone is talking about. They are clearly willing to do anything for clout on social media. Their flexing is strange, creepy, messed up on all levels, and illegal if you didn't already know. Remember when we shared about the couple that crossed states to get married? They had to go get married in Ohio because it's illegal in other states. Even with all these reactions, the two still didn't get it. They are currently living in Colorado as a married couple where it's totally illegal.
I can't tell if I'm more upset and disturbed that they enjoy this or that they're damaging their children.
Beats us too how they haven't been arrested yet. Somebody please call the popo on these two weirdos. Apparently Michael was pretty vocal about his intentions with Angie right from the beginning.
I'm gonna marry Angie.
I bet her aunt must have thought, oh how sweet, so innocent of him to think that's possible. They must really like each other in a best friend type of love. Fast forward a couple years later and they're lovers. He really had the last laugh. And by the way, if there are any cuckoo people watching this who are secretly in love with their blood relatives, we are not sorry for offending you. Something is seriously wrong with you. Please go get help. While most kids were busy playing catch or trying new pranks on their cousins, Angie and Michael were busy holding hands and kissing under tables in family reunions. She mentioned seeing something like the sun on his face and her soul in his eyes in the 4th grade. Just a lot of weird stuff. This was when they fell in love. At 4th grade. What were you up to? Definitely not crushing on your cousin. All through the episode, the two casually kiss as they share their story. I bet if you met them in Walmart, you'd probably think, oh wow, what a beautiful couple, hashtag couple goals. But the chances that they'd roam around so freely are quite low. Apparently, people don't like them, and some have even gone as far as throwing stones at them. They get hate at the mall all the time and get called names on social media, but this is all they had to say about it.
We had a full effect love shield going on for them haters.
What Dr. Phil wanted to find out was how it all started after the unnatural crushes they had as kids. We get it, they fell in love at a young age, but how did they get there? How did they get to the point of saying I do without any remorse or care in the world? Continue watching to get the juiciest part of this bizarre story. So we've already established that they fell in love at a very young age, but it seemed as though it all went away. Or did it? They were not high school sweethearts and didn't really date after. In fact, they grew so far apart after getting criticism from their relatives that they forgot about each other, but only for a while. They went on with their lives, lived in separate states, dated other people as normal people would, and eventually got married to them. So how in the hell did they link up again? When you're married with kids, it's quite absurd to start thinking of a cousin you kissed under some table when you were 8. But for these two, those quick kisses meant everything to them. They had moved on, but not really moved on. Do you get what I'm saying? The two claim fate brought them back together. Michael believes some supernatural force was working towards drawing them back into each other's arms. I don't know which force he's talking about. Mother Nature damn right doesn't support this. Have you seen the children born from incest? None of them were happy in their marriages and felt as though a part of them was missing. It was when they decided to meet for lunch over a double date that they felt the fireworks. Boom, 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 the love was still there. The whole conversation must have been really awkward with them ogling at each other. Their spouses must have been really confused after the date, but probably chose to ignore it. Nothing to worry about, they're just cousins, right? Wrong. Next time they say, he's just my cousin or she's just my cousin, please keep your eyes open. People be wildin' out here. So right after the awkward date, they started texting each other lovey-dovey stuff. Then one day he went to her house, and that's when they decided to leave their partners to be together. Just like that, everything went so fast. I wonder how they broke the news to their spouses. I'm sorry, I'm leaving you because I just realized I'm in love with my cousin. They must have been disgusted and felt betrayed on all levels. Even worse was how they shared the information to their kids. How do you explain to a child that your cousin, who they probably refer to as uncle, will now become their father? Divorce is already hard enough. Even their own kids could tell this union wasn't right. Their teenagers are way smarter than these two adults combined, which is just sad. I feel so sorry they had to go through all this madness. They must be going through hell in school with all the bullying and stuff. Poor kids. The rest of the family doesn't side with them. They've tried to talk them out of it, but they just won't listen. Just like they wouldn't listen to the experts who came onto the show to try to get some sense into their brains. One of them was a medical expert who had been working on research on genetics for years. She appeared to know a lot of stuff and even shared a full-blown list of what they could potentially be putting their kids up to if they chose to have any. The two of them weren't moved by any of these. Their kids may have to live with lifelong genetic issues, and all they cared about was being together. How selfish can someone possibly be? That said, they said if they had a child, they would embrace him or her with open arms. This man had the audacity of comparing their situation to that of interracial marriages not being socially acceptable 5 decades ago. He even goes on to say the same genetic issues their children would have are similar to those of a 40-year-old woman giving birth. The nerve! As much as he tried to look smart, Dr. Phil couldn't help but shake his head at the stupidity. It gets so bad that he was getting offended with all their smart talk and had to shut them down. Clearly these two are living in a bubble that's just about to pop. With all the backlash from the public, disapproval from family, reactions from the crowd, and advice given by Dr. Phil's expert team, the couple was still stuck upon each other. Michael made it clear about the future of their relationship by saying they would rather get arrested and rot in jail than leave each other. Incestuous, immoral, and illegal, Angie and Michael will stand beside each other at all costs. Well, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.